Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. We're diving headfirst into the buzzing world of AI this week, scrolling through AI, Twitter, Reddit, those Discord servers that just light up. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, you can practically feel the energy through the screen.
Exactly, and so much is happening, so many new developments, especially with models. Like NVIDIA just dropped their new Nematron model.
Right, and that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, and I know what you might be thinking, another large language model, what's the big deal? Well, this one's different. This one's lean, I mean, only 70 billion parameters, but going head to head with the giants, like Llama's 405 billion parameter model.
And not just holding its own, like actually surpassing them on some of the benchmarks.
Yeah, like Arena Heart, right.
Yeah, that's the one all about those tricky reasoning tasks, really pushing the limits. And here's the kicker, the real shocker. NVIDIA, they decided to release the whole thing open source.
The model.
Yeah, the whole shebang, data set and all, right there on Hugging Face for everyone to play with.
Wow, that's huge. Talk about a game changer for research,
Yeah.
especially for those who, don't have a server farm in their basement to handle those massive models.
Exactly. This opens up a whole new world. Suddenly, cutting-edge AI research feels, well, a lot more accessible.
Totally. So what do you think? Is this a sign of things to come? Are we shifting towards smaller, more efficient models now?
It's an interesting thought, isn't it? Like, on one side, you have this constant drive for bigger and bigger, pushing those limits, more parameters, more complexity. But then you have Nematron coming in, lean and mean, achieving amazing results with a fraction of the size. So yeah, maybe this is the start of a new trend, a focus on efficiency and accessibility in AI research.
And who knows what kind of doors that could open.
Yeah.
Smaller teams, independent researchers, everyone gets a shot at the big leagues.
Speaking of accessibility, Meta's been making some moves too.
Oh, yeah, they're really stepping into the ring, especially with their open source release, Llama 3.1.
And, Lenovo wasted no time scooping that up for their AI Now platform. Right. And that's going to be really interesting to watch, especially for those working on those on-device applications. AI, now it's all about document management, content generation, but all happening locally. Imagine integrating something like Llama 3.1 into that ecosystem.
Wow, yeah, supercharging everyday tools. And it really speaks to this trend we're seeing, right? AI becoming more personal, more integrated into our daily lives. But hold on, Meta's got another trick up their sleeve. Thought preference optimization, is that what they're calling it?
TPO, yeah. It's this really fascinating technique they're using to train Llama.
And the results are turning heads.
To say the least, people are seeing Llama, trained with this TPO, achieving performance on par with GPT-4 in certain benchmarks. And for those familiar with Google's work, you might notice some similarities. It's like, are they borrowing techniques? Is Meta closing that gap in training methodologies? Lots of questions there.
Friendly AI arms race, I love it. Everyone pushing each other, innovating, refining. But let's not forget about Allama.
Oh, right, the open source darling, always pushing the boundaries.
They just keep getting better. I mean, their latest integration with Hugging Face, mind blow.
Seriously, right. It's like they've completely streamlined the process. You can access, experiment, run, over 45,000 different GGUF models, all with a single command.
I mean, come on, that's incredible. No more headaches, hunting down models, setting up environments. It's like pure AI exploration right at your fingertips.
And they're not stopping there. The Ollama community is buzzing with talk about deeper open web UI integration. And we could be talking about seamless experimentation, not just with large language models, but vision models, text to image, even text to speech, speech to text.
Wow, that would be the ultimate AI playground. But speaking of shaking things up, did you catch the latest from Mistral?
You mean their new 3 billion and 8 billion parameter models? Yeah, they're making some bold claims.
Bold claims, right? Like saying their 8 billion parameter model can outperform Llama 2's 13 billion parameter model. On certain tasks, of course, but still, whoa.
Exactly. Impressive stuff. But as with any release, especially in the open source world, the licensing terms, well, they sparked some debate.
That's putting it mildly. The AI community's up in arms.
Yeah, the new license, especially for the 3 billion parameter model, it's pretty restrictive, like API access only. The 8 billion parameter model's a bit more open, but still limited to non-commercial use unless you go knocking on Mistral's door for a commercial license.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? The classic dilemma.
Hmm.
How do you balance the open nature of research and development, especially in AI, with the reality of protecting your work, your intellectual property? especially for these smaller companies trying to make a name for themselves.
Exactly. It's a huge question for the future of open source AI. Is this level of restriction necessary? Something to ensure the little guys can survive. Or is it a slippery slope, stifling innovation and collaboration? We'll have to see how it all plays out.
We'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. But for now, I think it's time to move from the philosophical to the practical. Let's talk about some cool new tools you can actually get your hands on, like LangChain's Open Canvas.
Oh, yeah, I've heard some buzz about that. What is it? Like an AI-powered whiteboard or something?
Kind of. It's an open source web app built for collaborative document writing using AI agents. So Open Canvas. This isn't just another AI writing tool. It's built for, the way researchers really work, collaborative.
Right, exactly. It's like those late-night brainstorming sessions, bouncing ideas around, building on each other's thoughts, except with AI agents as your thought partners.
Okay, I like where you're going with this. How does that actually work, though? Like in the research process?
So imagine you're starting a new paper, right? Instead of staring at that blank page, you feed Open Canvas your initial notes, research papers, even just a rough outline. And then the AI agents, they get to work. They help you flesh out ideas, find those connections between different concepts. They even suggest new avenues to explore, all while maintaining a consistent voice, a consistent style.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, like having a whole team of research assistants, at your fingertips.
Exactly, helping you synthesize that mountain of information, structure your thoughts, and here's the best part. It's built for collaboration from the ground up. So invite your colleagues to the canvas. You can all interact with the AI agents, contribute your own expertise, all in real time.
Game changer for remote research teams, for sure. And even within a lab, streamlining that writing process, brainstorming, drafting, finalizing. Sounds like Open Canvas could become an essential. And speaking of potential game changers, we got to talk about AlphaCodium. It's this open source code generation tool making some serious waves.
Oh yeah, AlphaCodium's causing quite a stir, especially with those results on the Codeforce's Code Contest benchmark. We're not just talking about automating some simple coding tasks here.
Right, this is different.
This is generating code that's going head-to-head with human programmers on some seriously complex algorithmic challenges.
Yeah, the results are mind-blowing. Like, is this it? Is this the beginning of a new era in software development?
It's definitely pushing the boundaries. And look, for anyone spending countless hours wrestling with code, imagine what this could mean. A tool like AlphaCodium could free you up, your time, your mental energy, to focus on those higher-level tasks, the design, the problem-solving.
It's like having a superpowered coding buddy by your side, helping you write better code, faster. And speaking of faster, did you hear about that little trick with Claude 3.5 Sonnet? Apparently you can combine prompt caching and the Batches API.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Users are reporting a 95% reduction in token usage.
95%? That's like, what, a 95% discount on your Claude 3.5 Sonnet bill? That's what I call a deep dive discovery.
Talk about ingenuity, right? The AI community always experimenting, always finding those creative workarounds.
Love it. And speaking of workarounds, remember that whole AI is going to steal all our jobs thing? Well, it seems like at least one person's job is safe. For now, at least.
How so?
We saw this comment on Twitter, someone who was told their job was on the line, AI was coming for them 685 days ago. And they're still tweeting, still employed, still cashing those paychecks, apparently.
It's a good reality check, isn't it?
Yeah.
The AI revolution is happening, it's fast, but maybe it's not that sudden job-stealing tidal wave we thought it'd be. It's a shift, a reshaping of how we work, what skills we need.
Right, so instead of fearing the robot uprising, maybe it's an opportunity in disguise. Upskill, adapt, become the AI whisperer, ride that wave of innovation.
Exactly. Who better to guide the future of AI than those who understand it best? Those working with the tools, pushing the limits, discovering the possibilities.
Which brings us to our final thought. This one's for you, dear listeners. With all these incredible tools emerging, the barriers to entry crumbling, what incredible AI application will you create? What problem will you solve?
The tools are there, the knowledge is out there, the AI community is more connected than ever before. Go make some magic.
That's right. Go forth, AI explorers.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next time, another deep dive, another adventure into the world of AI. Until then, keep experimenting, keep pushing those boundaries.